Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the World of Juice Hoops channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Fixing the Franchise, Trusting the Process, Philadelphia 76ers rebuild. We are in the year 2019-2020. We're heading into that season, and we are coming off of a three-in-a-row NBA championship. If we go over here to the past champions, we have made the NBA Finals 4 years in a row, going back to 2015, 2016. Unfortunately, we were a year early. We lost to the Kings in 7, and DeMarcus Cousins got a ring. But after that, from 2016 to now, we have made the Finals every year and won every year. We are a three-in-a-row champion, a three-peat champion, and we're looking for a fourth. We are looking for a fourth here in the 2019-2020 season. This is what our roster looks like headed into that season. D'Angelo Russell's at the 1. Luka's at the 2. Giannis at the 3. Ben Simmons at the 4. And Joel Embiid at the 5. Devin Booker coming off the bench at the 6. 7 is RJ Barrett. 8 is the return of Evan Turner. Damian Lillard at the 9. And then Nick Claxton at 10 is going to be our 10-man rotation for this season. We have Greg Oden back. We have Jimmer Fredette, obviously. We've got the gang back together. The gang is back, except for Anthony Davis, but he's doing well in Dallas right now. I was looking around before I started the video, just kind of taking a lay of the land, see where some superstars have ended up in this alternate universe. And I just want to take you through the entire league, just so you can get a sense of what kind of league we're working with in this alternate universe. Let's start by point guards. So obviously we know Derrick Rose is still in Chicago. He's been in Chicago the entire time. He won an NBA championship in this series, and I think he did. He got one in this series, right? I'm pretty sure he did. He got one in the early years, right? No, he doesn't have a championship. Did the Bulls not get one? I thought they got one. I guess it was the Thunder who were dominating early. But anyway, he's got an MVP at least. So Rose he's been a fantastic player. Even when he's gotten older, he's been still putting up 30 plus points a game. He's been fantastic. Steph Curry is in Atlanta, and he still looks like baby Steph Curry, which is hilarious. Then we have D'Angelo Russell, who's the third highest overall point guard in the entire NBA. Just think about that for a second. D'Angelo Russell. This is not your mama's D'Angelo Russell. This is an alternate universe D'Angelo Russell where he's a 91 overall at 23 years old. Then Chris Paul, who's in Denver. Russell Westbrook still in Oklahoma City, has not left by this point. Kyrie Irving still in Milwaukee. He got drafted there in the very first draft of the series, and he's still been there. He's been there the entire time. John Wall, who miraculously dragged the dead Wizards to an NBA championship a couple of seasons into this series. It was the most insane NBA finals run I've ever seen, and he got a title for the Wizards. Crazy. De'Aaron Fox is on the Spurs. Then you've got Kyle Lowry still in Houston. You've got Jeremy Lin still in Miami. You've got Jamal Murray also in San Antonio. So along with De'Aaron Fox, they got 2 point guards right there. You got Isaiah Thomas, former 76er. I'd love to bring him back to fully get the band back together, but his contract is just a little bit too much right now. We're going to have to wait until he gets through that contract and he's into his twilight stage so we can bring him back kind of on like a retirement run, basically. Because I'm not paying the contract that he's getting paid right now, especially when we have the guys that we have on our team, right? We can't afford anybody, really. We can't, let alone Isaiah Thomas, so we'll have to wait. But Mike Conley's in New Jersey with the Nets. You got Trae Young in Charlotte with the Bobcats, which I think he was there since he got drafted, which he hasn't been in the league very long. He's been in the league for now 2 years. So you got Markelle Fultz in Cleveland. You've got DeJounte Murray in Boston. But just look at some of the higher overall players and how the NBA landscape has changed. Like, obviously, Derrick Rose is not a 96 overall in 2019 in real life. And then you go to shooting guards, you got James Harden still. So the big three in Oklahoma City is not broken up yet. I don't know how they found the money to pay those guys, but you got Westbrook, Harden, and Durant all still in Oklahoma City. Bradley Beal is the second highest overall shooting guard in the league, and he is on the Memphis Grizzlies, which I think is... No, he didn't get drafted there, did he? No, he was drafted by Cleveland, signed in free agency. That's right. I was pretty sure he didn't get drafted by Memphis. Donovan Mitchell, Klay Thompson in Sacramento. He was on that championship team that we lost to a few years ago with DeMarcus Cousins. Then we have our guy Luka. We have this guy Steven Gerbaud. I don't know how to say his name, but he's developed into a crazy player. I don't think he's a real guy, and he's developed into a crazy player. You got Shea, who's also on that Wizards team with John Wall. Then you got our guy Devin Booker. You got Otto Fields, who's turned into a great player, even though he's not real. Some very interesting names at the top of the list. Some guys you wouldn't think would be at the top of the league that have developed into great players. Small forward, you still got the guys that you would expect. LeBron James still in the top. He still hasn't left Miami, though. Kevin Durant, like I said, still in Oklahoma City. Then you got our guy Giannis. You got Paul George still in Indianapolis, or Indiana, I guess. You've got Kawhi in Toronto still, which I don't think he's left Toronto since he got drafted. Yeah, he's still been there the entire time, which is pretty cool for Kawhi. Gordon Hayward still in Utah and a high overall player. But then look at this. You got Stanley Johnson. Stanley Johnson is an 89 overall in New York, coming off of a 10, 11 point season. I mean, he's developed into quite the small forward for New York. Obviously, a drastic change from his real life career. Jaylen Brown, Carmelo Anthony still in New York as well. So maybe Stanley Johnson learning from Melo. That's kind of a cool 1-2 punch right there. You got Andrew Wiggins still in Cleveland. Brandon Ingram's in Denver. Larry Markkinen is in Atlanta with Steph Curry. So you got some crazy stuff going on in the league right now. Anthony Davis, the highest overall power forward in the game, or in the league right now. He's in Dallas. We knew that he was going to be in Dallas because he signed there in free agency after we traded him to Boston. He put up a really good season. I think he won Defensive Player of the Year, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that Giannis who won that? No, he just made an All-NBA team. Okay. I couldn't remember if he won an award or not. He does have 2 titles. We won 2 titles with him. The first of our 3 championship. The first 2 of our 3. But then this is why I wanted to bring you guys into this, because Dante Green, who was already in the league when we started this save. Like, we started this in 2012, 2013. That was the first year of this. Or no, 2011, 20... No. Yes, 20... Wait. One of these 2 years, whatever the year Kyrie Irving comes out, the 2011 draft is the first draft. Yeah, so 2010, 2011 is the first year of this series. And he was already in the game. So whatever, I didn't change his potential. I didn't bump it up or anything. Dante Green's just put up buckets for 7 years now. And he's going absolutely nuclear. He's up to a 93 overall. Who would have thought that Dante Green, of all people, would be the second highest overall power forward in the league by 2019? But at any point, it doesn't matter that it's 2019 or not, and he's 31. It's just the fact that he's this high overall at any point. It's insane. Then you got Ben Simmons. That's the whole reason why I wanted to show you the landscape of the league, because you got guys like Dante Green who are dominating at a high overall. You got our guy Ben Simmons. You got Jason Tatum in Denver. Kevin Love signed to Los Angeles a few years ago. He was in Charlotte since he got, I think he got traded to Charlotte from Minneapolis, or did he sign in Minneapolis? I can't remember. There was a transaction, obviously. I think it might have been a free agent signing, but I can't remember for sure if he signed there or if he got traded to Charlotte. But he was dominant in Charlotte. And then I do remember that he signed in free agency to the Lakers, because I kind of wanted to get him, but he signed to Los Angeles. Blake Griffin's still dominating. Tobias Harris is in Memphis, and he's one of the higher overall power forwards in the league. Then you got Noah Vonleh, a big-time bust in real NBA history. But Noah Vonleh's turned himself into quite the solid NBA player. I mean, he's putting up double-doubles on the consistence. This guy's a good NBA player. And he plays for the Utah Jazz with our guy, Gordon Hayward. Zion Williams, this Wizards team, we'll take a look at the Wizards team in a second, because this Wizards team is building quite the scary team. And then centers, you got Jokic in New York, who's the highest overall center. Boogie's still dominating. Cat is in Phoenix. Then our guy Joel Embiid. Porzingis is with Kyrie in Milwaukee. DeAndre Jordan. So it's just fun to see the landscape, how drastic of a difference it is between real life at this point in NBA history and where we are now in the game. But let's take a look at that Wizards team, because this is their roster. They've got John Wall, Shea, Zion, Jonathan Isaac, Ja Morant, who they just took in the draft, Roy Hibbert, and then a bunch of randos, and Patty Mills and Luol Deng. This is the weirdest makeup of a team I've ever seen in my life. They have such a top-end talent. Like, I know John Wall's 29. He's getting a little bit up there. He's not the same John Wall that he was when he won that championship a few years ago. But you've got such crazy talent. Like, the future of this Wizards team is actually kind of scary, because I'm guessing Ja Morant's going to develop, even if he doesn't get like the crazy amount of points and playtime that he should, because he's buried behind John Wall and Shea. He's still going to develop. John Isaac's probably going to turn into a very decent power forward, because he's got amazing defense. Zion's going to develop, because I'm assuming his potential is really, really high, I would think. And then Shea, obviously, he's already an 87. So this Wizards team in a couple of years, and you still got Roy Hibbert, who's 32. He can hold it down for a little bit. I mean, they're going to have to draft a center in the future, but You got a weird team. It's really, really young with their core guys. They're going to be scary in a couple years. I'm just not that scared of them because of the way that our team looks. I mean, our team is godly. And we'll see where we end up after this season, which we should start simulating. Let's get into the new year here, into January. Start simulating, thinking about a four-peat, 5 NBA Finals appearances in a row, 4 NBA championships. That's the goal. We'll see if we can get there. I'm not really too concerned at this point about the regular season. We will still jump in and see a few games just so we can see the guys on the court and stuff and get a couple of minutes of action. But we're not really too concerned with the regular season at this point anymore because we've done all the building we needed to do. We've built this team into the powerhouse that it is. So we just kind of let it go at this point and see if the guys can do their job. The only problem that we've kind of run into at this point is our guys are somewhat injury prone. Joel Embiid misses a lot of time. Ben Simmons misses a lot of time. You just saw D'Angelo Russell get hurt right there. So guys do tend to get hurt in this team, which is, I mean, we knew that going in. We drafted Joel Embiid. We drafted Ben Simmons. We knew they could get hurt. That's kind of their thing. So Joel Embiid right now is leading the team in scoring. He's also averaging a double-double. Giannis is right behind him, doing very well, although his rebounds are kind of getting taken away. And then you got Ben Simmons averaging really good numbers right now. D'Angelo Russell, I mean, the fact that we've turned D'Angelo Russell into such a crazy good player makes me happy. Luka's not getting the points that he should because there's so many ball-dominant players on this team that obviously Luka's not going to get as many shots as he deserves. Same thing with Devin Booker, but Devin Booker is coming off the bench. We probably should at some point maybe blow it up. Not because we're not going to win any more championships. Obviously, I still think if we kept the same roster, we could win every single championship every single year. That's a given, I would think, unless we have some freak injuries. But I think for the sake of the entertainment of the series going into the final stretch here, because, I mean, we're in 2019, 2020. A couple episodes from now, we're going to be done with the series because we're only going to modern day. We're not going to go any further than that. So when we get to 2024, 2025, 2026, that stuff like that, we're going to be wrapping up the series. So we've only got like 7 years left, which, I mean, I guess that sounds like a lot because it is. But there's not that many episodes left. So if we want to kind of do a reset and rebuild again, maybe we trade Joel Embiid, we trade Ben Simmons, we trade D'Angelo Russell, and we build around a Giannis, Devin Booker, Luka team. I could see a world where we do that. That's also a possibility. If we take a look at our draft capital for the upcoming drafts, we have 3 first-round picks this year. We have Chicago's, we have Boston's, and we have Miami's. We don't have ours, which is good because ours is going to be bad because we're going to be a dominant team. So we have 3 teams' draft picks that I'm assuming are going to be bad. I mean, I took the Bulls pick strictly because they're old. I don't think they can really do it. At least that's what I was banking on. Unfortunately for us, the Celtics are the number 2 team in the East, so that pick's not looking very good. But then if we go to the Bulls, they're the 8th seed right now, which, I mean, we're still in January, or we just got to January, so who knows what's going to happen with them. And then the Heat are not having a good season, which I kind of banked on the fact that because they've got LeBron, they've got Bosh, they got Wade. Actually, they don't have Wade. I think Wade retired. But they're old, and they're not going to be developing. So that's why I took their pick. But really, Charlotte's not having a good season? They have a decent team, do they not? They have Trae Young, Karis LeVert, Kyle Anderson, Rui. Okay, maybe they don't have a good team. I thought that they had drafted pretty well, but I guess just Trae Young. I mean, Karis LeVert's not bad. Rui's fine. But those are like more off the bench type of guys. They've got Trae Young and a bunch of like good bench players that are starting. So, yeah, I guess I can see why they're 8-29. I thought they were going to be better than that. The worst team in the league is the Charlotte Bobcats. The Warriors, without Steph Curry, without Clay, without Draymond, are not doing very well. They've got Darius Garland, who is probably going to develop into a pretty decent player. They got Skal Labissiere, which is interesting. We'll see where he turns out. Obviously did not turn out to be good in real life. They've got Anthony Simons, who has a bunch of Does Anthony Simons have tattoos? I guess I never noticed. I don't know how I've never noticed. I don't know. It just looks strange. They've got a weird team. I can see why these teams are bad. And then the Suns also are under 10 wins. They've still got Goran Dragic. Oh God, they've got Cat and a bunch of just randos. I mean, KCP's fine, but he's not he's not the kind of guy that we're looking for here. And so these are you can definitely see why these teams are bad. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You can definitely see why those teams are where they are. Let's get to February though, because the games that we're gonna jump into are gonna be the games that actually matter. We're not gonna be jumping into these games that are in the early portion of the season that have no bearing on where we're gonna finish in the standings. So let's keep simulating. We're on a big time win streak, but Giannis just broke his leg. 6 to 8 weeks. That's actually kind of a big deal because our small forward depth isn't like amazing. I mean, we could probably play Luka there if we had to. It seems like we're still winning games regardless, but now Evan Turner goes down. That's our depth at small forward. So where are we at right now in terms of stats and everything? So before Giannis' injury, he was still dominating the team with points going second. Russell's gone up in points. Ben Simmons has dropped in his points. Devin Booker's gone up, and Luka's gone up. I would assume because Luka's playing more because Giannis is injured. So who do they got in the lineup now? Because I had it on auto, or I said they got Dorian Finney-Smith playing. No. We're okay. We're gonna put Devin Booker in the starting role at shooting guard, and then obviously Luka's gonna fall to 3. That should give us a little bit of a better chance of getting Luka some big time points. So let's keep simulating here. We're gonna get to the trade deadline, which I don't think we're gonna make any trades, although we could trade the Celtics pick since it looks like they're probably gonna be pretty good. Evan Turner's back from his injury. That's good, at least. We lose to the Clippers, which I don't think the Clippers are very good, so that's not very good to know. Luka is going to be the small forward. Evan Turner, I like Evan Turner, but he's just here to be on the reunion team. He's not supposed to be starting. Okay, so let's get to the trade deadline. We could... Oops, I hit the wrong button. Never mind. I was going to say we could make some trades. We can't now. Oops. I hit the wrong button. Never mind. I wasn't probably going to make any trades anyway, but I took the option away from myself. My bad. Let's just keep winning. Let's just keep winning games. We'll take a look at the standings once we get to the contract extension deadline and see kind of where we are. Obviously, we're number 1, but see kind of who's around us and how close they are. Giannis is back from his injury. That's nice. RJ Barrett's back from his injury, too. So good, at least the guys that are... they're getting healthy down the stretch, basically. So let's go to the contract extension deadline. Who is up for a new contract? So it is just Giannis. Okay. We should probably get Giannis back now. So let's re-sign him to a new deal. He is happily accepted. So Giannis is back. That's perfect. But we have absolutely no money. But if we go to the standings, we are 7.5 games up on the Celtics, but they're still going to be a big-time playoff team. So that draft pick's not looking too good. But notably, the Heat are not in the playoffs right now, so that's huge. If we go to the lottery odds, right now we stand... The Charlotte Bobcats actually got up to 20 wins. Good for them. The Warriors are sucking, though. We stand right now with the 10th pick because the Heat are having a bad season. And then we also have the Bulls pick, which is they're 30-30, so that's just out of the lottery. We'll see if maybe they can lose a few games down the stretch and get it into the lottery. But right now we have one lottery pick with the Miami Heat, and that could get even better if the Heat continue to lose. We do play the Heat. Oh, no, we don't. Never mind. We don't play the Heat anymore. We play the Celtics twice, which maybe we should jump into one of those games. And we don't play the... Oh, we do play the Bulls one more time. All right, well, I guess let's get to that Bulls game. Maybe we jump in and play that one. Ben Simmons dislocated his shoulder. Oh, D'Angelo Russell goes down with an injury. That's crazy. Man, we get hit with so many crazy injuries. So they got Dame starting at the... What is this lineup? You've got Dame starting at the 1, which I don't necessarily mind. But then you've got Georges Niang starting at the 4. Why is that the case? I guess because he's our backup power forward. That doesn't make sense. But all you got to do is move Giannis down to the 4. You move Luka to the 3. And you move Devin Booker back into the shooting guard spot. That's how you do that. But the game's not smart enough to do that. It's okay. So that'll be our lineup headed into this Bulls game, which we are going to simcast. I mean, I don't really need to simcast it, but I would like to beat them. And it looks like we're going to absolutely crush them, which is not a shock. They're not that great of a team. I just wanted to beat them for sure because we have their draft pick. So that's a huge win, 139 to 122. We kill the Bulls. I will jump into one of these Celtics games. I don't know which one it's going to be, but I will jump into one of them. Devin Booker sprained his left finger. Not great. We lose a couple of games right there in a row. We are the best team in the East by far. If we go to the player stats, though, Joel Embiid's still leading in points. Giannis is right there behind him. Ben Simmons, before that injury, was dominating. D'Angelo Russell, before his injury, was having a great season. But Luka and Devin Booker just can't seem to get the buckets that they need to. I mean, Devin Booker's played 72 games. Luka's played 69 games. You'd think that they'd be putting up more shots. I know their shot tendency is pretty good. I know that they should have. So, I mean, 68 shot tendency for Devin Booker and a 63 for Luka. I guess those should be higher, technically. You know what? Let me make those higher because they honestly, I mean, Luka shoots the ball every single time. That's what he does. So, let's make these shot tendencies a little bit higher. I don't know why Luka's is so tiny. If I could actually get the button to work. There we go. Okay, so let's change Luka's shot tendency. Let's raise that up. It's honestly should be in the 90s. It's Luka Doncic we're talking about here. So let's make it 96. We'll make Devin Booker's up to a 94, probably 95. 94 is fine. And then Dame, we can raise Dame's up because Dame's honestly should be up pretty high too. So that's where we'll do that. We'll keep Ben Simmons at 84 because Ben doesn't shoot the ball. That'll be what we do with that concern. Changes. Okay. So now Luka and Booker have higher shot tendencies. They should be putting up more shots, which means hopefully they more go in, which means they're on average more points. Because Luka shouldn't have a 63 shot tendency. That just doesn't make any sense. This could be your Eastern Conference final matchup here. A little preview. And they're actually giving us a decent game. I mean, we're not killing. Okay, now we're killing them. I was going to say we're not necessarily killing them, but now we are. And you know what? A minute to go. Let's jump in. 135-96. There's no threat of losing this game, but let's just go in and get some reps. Get some big-time hoops in here. So Lillard gets the ball in the inbound. A little crossover on... Who is that? It's, what's his face? I can't think of his name right now. Why am I blanking on his name? Tyus Jones. That's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of his name for a second. Giannis, I wish you could shoot the three ball because I would have taken that for sure, but you can drive to the basket. 25, 6, and 12 for Giannis. Dame with the assist. He's got 15 and 7. Who they got out there? They got Miles Bridges out there, Rudy Gobert. They've got Bogdanovich, who just caught that pass. Julius Randle's right there, who was going to set that screen. Now he's going to take the shot. Julius Randle for 3, and it's in and out. Board by Giannis. Lillard trying to go up. Oh, look at that. Did you see that? Oh, my God, Damian Lillard. That was crazy. That was insane. The ball handling ability of Dame was crazy on that possession. Oh, that ball's out. Wasn't even paying attention. Wasn't even paying attention. Can I alley-oop? No. I was gonna alley-oop. Who we got over there? That's ET. What do we got over here? We got Barrett. We got Dame in the corner. Dame time. 142-96 is probably going to be your final. Just get a couple of shots up. Beat the Celtics. Not really a challenge. Didn't expect it to be, if we're being honest. You saw where we are in the standings and how much games we are up on them. So I'm not too shocked we killed him in the regular season. And we were led by Luka. This is exactly what I wanted. Luka averages or puts up 33. Yeah, Joel Embiid had 20 rebounds in that game. But Luka now, he's going to get more playing time because the injury to D'Angelo Russell. So if he can average more shots, I will definitely take that. Ben Simmons is back healthy. That's good to see. Devin Booker is back healthy. That's also good to see. We are winning so many games, and you know what? Let's just get to the postseason because we don't need to see any more of this. We did lose to the Celtics, by the way. Anthony Davis on the Mavs wins MVP of the league. You know what? I'm happy. I'm happy for him. He got 2 championships with us, but we had to move on. He was too injury prone, and he wins an MVP. Good for him. Zion and the Wizards wins the Rookie of the Year. Jamal Murray is the 6th man because he's behind. Who is he behind? I forget now. He's got a point guard ahead of him. I can't think of who it is now. We talked about it at the beginning of the episode. Kawhi wins another Defensive Player of the Year. He's on a streak. He has won every single Defensive Player of the Year since 2015. Kawhi's going crazy. Then you got Javon Carter winning Most Improved Player. What do you go up from? He went up from 4.8 to 11. You know what? That is worth most improved player. Congratulations. Vinny Del Negro, who is our head coach, wins the coach of the year. Good job. And then Gerald Banks wins the executive of the year for the Mavs. All NBA first team: Kyrie, Steph, Anthony Davis, Kawhi, and Kat. Second team is John Wall, Bradley Beal, LeBron, Blake Griffin, and Jokic. Third team is Trae Young, Derrick Rose, Kevin Durant, Jaylen Brown, and Boogie. All defensive first team: Mikal Bridges, Alex Caruso, Kawhi, Anthony Davis, and Kat. Second team is Lonzo, Chris Paul, LeBron, Jason Tatum, DeAndre Jordan. All rookie first team: Zion, Darius Garland, John Morant, Kobe White. What's Ja up to? He's still at 79. Kobe White and Brandon Clark. Second team is Naz Reid, Kelton Johnson, Rui, Daniel Gafford, and Kevin Porter Jr. Pretty decent teams. And we take on the Chicago Bulls. Chicago Bulls, we have their draft pick and they make the playoffs. That's a little unfortunate. But this team is such a shell of what they used to be. You've got former 76er Jabari Parker over there. But this 76er team is just not what they were in the heyday of this series, in the early stages. We should just simply wash right over them. Although I thought it'd be a sweep, it is not a sweep. It's going to be a gentleman's sweep. It is a gentleman's sweep in 5 of the Bulls. D'Angelo's finally back healthy, so we have our full starting 5 now, which is good. Luka bumped up his numbers in the playoffs like crazy, which is good to see. Let's take a full... I realized we didn't take a look at the stats. Let's take a look at the full stats from the regular... That's the rookie report. The full stats of the regular season here. So we've got basically what we had noticed all season. It's Joel Embiid averaging the most points, although he didn't get hurt at all, which is kind of crazy. He played all 82 games. Giannis, second in scoring, then D'Angelo Russell, Ben Simmons, Devin Booker. Good to see Devin Booker's numbers go up a little bit. Not much, but maybe once we enact our plan of quote-unquote tearing it down and doing another rebuild inside this rebuild, maybe then Devin Booker will start to average more points. Luka Doncic, Damian Lillard, all those kind of guys did fine. But now we take on the Detroit Pistons, or as I like to call them, Detroit. They've got nobody from those original Pistons teams from the series, so okay. We'll see if they can do anything. I wouldn't think so, but I didn't think the Bulls would get a game on us, so you never know. Joel Embiid, oh, I jinxed it. I jinxed it like crazy. Joel Embiid twisted right knee. He's done for a couple of weeks. We should still be able to handle the Pistons, no doubt. But the fact that I said he'd played all 82 games without getting hurt, and then he gets hurt right there in the playoffs is kind of crazy. They do get a game on us as well. Why do these teams get a game on us? It doesn't make any sense. We shouldn't be losing to these teams. And now we take on the Knicks, who have Lonzo, Josh Richardson, Stanley Johnson, Michael Porter Jr., and Nikola Jokic. This is a crazy good team. I guess not crazy good. This is an underrated good team. You got Jokic. Lonzo's a great defender. Stanley Johnson turned himself into a really good small forward. It's Dallas and Oklahoma City. We could have a Dallas-Philadelphia finals where Anthony Davis plays against his former team. If they're able to get it past the Thunder and we're able to get past the Knicks, which it looks like we will be able to. Jimmer's coming back. Knicks get a game on us, but we're still up 3-1, and we go in 5. We have taken every game to 5 games, but we get it done in the end. And no, the Thunder might take it. Embiid will be back for the finals, and so will Giannis. Wow. I mean, the Mavericks got 2 games out of them, but they just couldn't get it done. The Thunder are still as good as they've ever been. It's still Westbrook. It's still Durant. No Harden for some reason. Did Harden get hurt? Why is Harden not starting on this team? What is going on? Harden is hurt. Okay. A fractured right... a right finger hairline fracture for James Harden. He's day-to-day, so he'll be back for the play or for some of the games, but he'll miss game 1 at least. And a game 1 win goes to the Thunder. Game 2 goes to us. The lineup is back to full strength. Giannis and Embiid came back before the finals started. Luke is averaging 17.5 in the playoffs. Giannis is doing well, but he got hurt. Ben Simmons and Embiid. Okay, everybody's averaging about what they average during the regular season. Game 3, the Thunder take. Game 4, we take. Wow, this is actually way closer than I expected. I would assume Harden's back now after the day-to-day stuff. Yes, so Harden is back now. So now their lineup is even crazier. Although the crazy part about the Thunder is they have these amazing like guards and wings, but they can never get any quality big men. Like even in real life, they can never get. I mean, they had Serge Ibaka, but and Steven Adams, but like that was always their big weakness was they never had any like big guys that were beastly. I mean, I no disrespect to Serge Ibaka, he's great, but they didn't have like a true center. Same thing with the Warriors. The Warriors didn't have like a big time center during their dynasty. We do though. We have Joel Embiid. I don't know how this team can lose to the Thunder, but it looks like we are. Although we take a big time game right there. That was a big game 5 win, and now it is game number 6 of the NBA Finals in OKC. Will they take it to game 7, or will we be able to win it on their home court? And look, oh, it's back and forth. It is back and forth. We might have just pulled away right there. I think we got it. We did. We got it. A huge second half, 41-29 in the third, and 45-30 in the fourth. A massive, massive second half on offense for the boys. Gets us our 4th straight NBA Finals in a row. I guess that's kind of redundant because I said 4th straight. So our 4th NBA Finals in a row. And we make the finals 5 years in a row. We're on a LeBron type of run right now. We make the finals 5 years in a row. We win it 4 straight, although that's something LeBron didn't do, obviously. We are the most dominant team in NBA history, at least of the modern era. And we're going to take down the former dynasty. I mean, the Thunder had 2 championships in this series as well. But we are the new top dogs. We are the new top dogs. Evan Turner gets a championship. Congratulations to him. We brought him back to ring chase. He gets to see the process out. But you know what? I think it might be time to shake things up in this series. We've won 4 NBA championships now. We've fully trusted the process. We drafted Joel Embiid. We drafted Ben Simmons. We drafted Anthony Davis. We trusted the process. We did it. The only guy we didn't draft that part of that process, I guess, was Markelle Fultz. But we trusted the process, and it worked out. We turned the process into a dynasty. But now it's kind of getting repetitive. We won championships. We're not really ever in doubt of losing. So, although I guess they did take us to 6 in the finals. But I think it might be time to shake things up. Maybe we move on from Ben Simmons. Maybe we move on from Joel Embiid. We blow up the process. Luke is very excited about winning an NBA championship. I think it might be time maybe we trade D'Angelo Russell as well. Because there's a couple guys in the draft that I wouldn't mind adding to this team. LaMelo Ball, Anthony Edwards, both in this draft class, the 2020 NBA draft class. I wouldn't mind either one of them, or both. I don't think we're going to be able to get both the way that our lottery picks have kind of ended up, but I wouldn't mind getting them. And D'Angelo Russell is going to walk away with the MVP, the Finals MVP. It had been Giannis the 3 other years, but D'Angelo Russell is going to walk away with the Finals. You know what? I respect it. Good job, D'Angelo. He's been crazy in this series. You deserve it. Deloading is now officially deloading. And the Philadelphia 76ers have won their 4th straight NBA Finals. What did Russell average? 19.6 in the playoffs. We don't know exactly what he averaged in the finals, I guess, but crazy good playoff run again. Another championship won, and he averaged 22 or 23, I guess, if you round up. 23, 3, and 9 in the finals. 59 from the field, 57 from 3. Yeah, he deserves it. I'll give it to him. I will give it to him. But that's a 4th straight finals appearance, or a 5th straight finals appearance and a 4th straight title for the boys. Anthony Davis went back-to-back. I forgot about that. But here it is. Here's the history. 5 straight finals appearances. I mean, look at the Thunder had 3 straight. They had, well, I guess technically they had 5 straight if you go back to 2010. If you go all the way back to 2010, they've had their dynasty. The Thunder were right there. They were the dynasty of the era, the previous era. It's a new era. It's the 76ers. But I think that era might be wrapping up. Some big-time retirements. Tyson Chandler, J.R. Smith, Luol Deng. Interesting retirements. Nobody, I guess I oversold it. It's not that crazy of retirements. Staff retirements, historic changes. The Hawks are not changing, that's for sure. The Lakers are certainly not changing. They're keeping their gold, not going to yellow. The Raptors are definitely not changing either, so we'll keep all those. And then league meetings, everything can be either approved or rejected. Doesn't really matter. Draft lottery. Did the Bulls give us that pick? They did. Oh, no, it's the Heat. That's right. Never mind, the Heat. So we have the 6 best odds thanks to the Miami Heat. Let's find out if we're going to get the 6th overall pick or if we jump up or jump down. The Hawks will stay at 14. The Hornets are up next at 13. They will stay at 13. They have the impending free agency of Dante Green to worry about. The Bobcats will stay at 12. Thanks to the Lakers. They have the Laker pick for some reason. The Rockets stay at 11. The Wizards are up next. They're at 10, and they will stay at 10. They've got a crazy good team anyway. They don't really need a higher pick than that. The Pacers come in at number 9. Raptors up next. They're going to get a teammate for Kawhi. Well, they will, but not anybody crazy, at least. The Spurs are up next, and the Spurs will stay at 7. No movement so far in the lottery. Here's our pick. Is he going to give us a chance for movement? It is! We're in the top 4. And so the Bobcats move up as well. The Nets fall down. We jump into the top 4. That's huge. Warriors are at 5. So here it is again. Our another chance. No, this is the Suns. Oh, it is us. We fall to 4 thanks to Miami's pick. But hey, a top 4 pick is not that bad. It's not good enough to get us Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball, but a top 4 pick is pretty good, and we can have the capital to move if we need to move. Clippers are at 2, which means the Suns are the number 1 overall pick. Wow, the Phoenix Suns with a 14% chance win the lottery. We also have the 17th pick and the 28th pick thanks to Boston. All right. Crazy, crazy stuff. We should still have Vinny, right? Yeah, he's still locked down, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay, the draft is here, but is it time for us to make those monumental trades? Is it time to make those monumental trades? Let's just take a little peek. Let's just dip our toe in the water. Dip? What would it even... Oh, nothing. That's what it would. What about D'Angelo Russell? Nothing for D'Angelo. What about Ben Simmons? Nothing for Ben Simmons either? Nothing for Luka? There's nothing for our top guys? Are they too expensive? Maybe that's the problem? I'm not 100% sure why we can't get anything for them. I can't even see the trade value for them. So what does the mock draft have? So it has LaMelo going 1 and then Anthony Edwards going 2. They have us taking Obi Toppin. Halliburton's here as well. I wouldn't mind getting Halliburton. That's definitely something that I definitely wouldn't mind if we're not able to get LaMelo or Anthony Edwards. But I kind of want to blow things up. I really do. I kind of want to blow things up. And I know we can get a big time... We could probably get the first overall pick for Joel Embiid. Who am I kidding? We can probably get the first overall pick. But who needs a center? Do the Suns need a center? If we trade... No, they have Cat. That's right. What do they need? They need a power forward. We could send them Ben Simmons and see how Ben Simmons does. They also need a point guard as well. And a shooting. They need a lot of stuff. The center's the only position they don't need. So I guess I could send them D'Angelo Russell. And we get back the first overall pick. I wouldn't mind that. Do they have anybody young that I could take back? Although we kind of just need to free up the cap space, really. They don't really have it. This team's not that great. But pairing up D'Angelo Russell and Karl Anthony Towns, I don't think would be a bad idea. So how about you give me the number 1 overall pick this year? You give me your first in 2021 unprotected, and you give me your first in 2022 unprotected, and you give me your first in 2023 unprotected, and we call it a day. No, they don't like that. Okay. I thought it was a little bit too aggressive, but they don't like it. They like what they have as far as a trade is concerned. Well, then take the deal. Why aren't you taking the deal? I'll throw in that Boston pick, so you still have a draft pick. I will also throw in a little... I can't throw in Jimmer Fredette. None of my guys are on contract because they're all one-year deals. That's the problem with doing stuff like that. I guess we could give them Evan Turner if they want to do that. They don't like it. I don't know what... Am I only going to be able to get 2 first-round picks, maybe? They like what they have as... I don't remember what that means. I know it means something, but I don't remember what it means. Let me go back and give that pick. What does that mean? I don't remember what that means. Does it mean they don't have cap space, or I don't have cap space to take the pick? Maybe that's what it means. Maybe I don't have the salary cap to take the picks. Maybe I have to take somebody back from them, which whoever it's going to be. Who's like their worst player that's making money? Caleb Martin? Cameron Johnson's making some money. They like what they have as far as the trade is concerned. Well, obviously you don't, because you're not accepting the deal. If you like what you have, then accept the freaking deal. All right, it's not going very well. Oh, I thought D'Angelo Russell would be able to get us the first overall pick. I guess I was wrong in that assumption. What about the second overall pick? Who had the second overall pick again? If you're wondering why it doesn't come up all the way when I press the draft picks, it's because my left analog stick button is a little sticky, so it doesn't always press right away. It is the Clippers at the number 2 overall pick. Invalid trade. So the Clippers can't do what I need to do. It's the Suns. The Suns is the perfect option. They need a point guard, and I'm trying to trade them, Anthony or D'Angelo Russell, but they just won't take it for some strange reason. What'd that say? We're not interested in this trade. Well, why not? They're not interested in the trade still. I can give you my first round pick from 2022, and they've done it. We now have the number 1 overall pick, and we traded D'Angelo Russell away. Now do I trade Joel Embiid? Who needs a center around the league? The Wizards could use a center, but I don't really want to load up the Wizards. That'd be really bad. I don't want to load the Thunder. The Thunder could use a center. The Rockets could use a center. The Jazz, but they have Hartenstein, who's young. The Hawks could use one. The Hawks have an interesting roster, a very interesting roster. If I gave them Joel Embiid, they'd probably be a very formidable team. They have the 14th pick. I don't really want to trade Joel Embiid for the 14th pick. I kind of want to trade Joel Embiid, though. Maybe I should trade Ben Simmons more than Joel Embiid. I can't trade Ben Simmons, though, unfortunately, because he's not under contract right now, technically. But I could trade Dame, although my only backup point guard at that point would be Jimmer Fredette, which I guess I don't mind. But I'm going to be drafting, now that we have the number 1 overall pick, I'm going to be drafting either Anthony Edwards or LaMelo Ball. Which one do I want? Probably Edwards, I think. It's just we have so many guards, though. I guess I could move Devin Booker to point guard. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. Or I move Luka to point guard. Either one. Doesn't really matter. Or maybe I should move... Maybe we should trade Giannis? Because then we could have Luka play the 3. We could have Devin play the 1, and then Anthony Edwards plays the 2. If we move Giannis, which moving Giannis would be insane to do. But I wouldn't mind it. I mean, he's been here forever. We drafted him in 2013. Who needs a small forward / power forward? I'm assuming a lot of teams need small forward / power forward. The Bobcats need one, and their pick is number 3. If I could actually click the button. If we trade Giannis for the number 3 overall pick, the next year first, the year after that, not top 3 protected for sure. Come on, click the button, please. Click the button. Click the button, please. There we go. Unprotected. I got to get a haul for Giannis. And then maybe a player. And I don't think I'm even asking for that much. It is Giannis at the end of the day. Maybe you give me a little bowl action. How's that? We're not getting enough back for what we're giving up. I feel like you're getting back Giannis. I think that's enough. They still don't think they're getting back enough. How about I give you back 2024 first round pick from me? They still don't think they're getting back enough. I don't need Bowl. I'm just kind of throwing them in. What about this? They're not interested in the trade. How about I give you that pick now? They're still not interested in the trade. You gotta be kidding me. How are you not interested in this trade? There we go. Giannis is now a Charlotte Bobcat. Maybe I disrespected him a little bit too much there. We have 1, 3, and 4 now in the draft. But we traded away Giannis Antetokounmpo and we traded away D'Angelo Russell. The team looks a little bit different now. We're going to bring in Anthony Edwards, which means we're going to switch positions here. We're going to switch Luka to small forward. And we're going to switch Devin Booker to point guard. And then Then we'll have Anthony Edwards play shooting guard. This is a weird team. I don't think that's the full blow it up type of trade, but we'll see what happens. We're not going to trade the pick. Do we take LaMelo Ball? Do we take Anthony Edwards? I think we take Anthony Edwards. Number 1 overall. He's the new process here in Philadelphia. We'll see who the Clippers go with. They go with LaMelo Ball. I kind of assumed they would go with LaMelo, but I was kind of hoping they wouldn't. And now we are up next. We could take James Wiseman. I kind of want to take James Wiseman just because of the memes and because he was bad. He's bad in real life. And I would hope that we could turn him into something, but I think, I mean, there's some good guys in here. Obviously, Halliburton would be great. Tyrese Maxey's great. There's a lot of good guards in this class. Good guard class. Pretty good guard class. I think I am going to take James Wiseman just because. Just because. And he goes at 3 like he did in real life. And then do we take Halliburton? Do we take Obi Toppin? Do we take Beef Stew? Do we take, what's his face? Tyrese Maxey? I might take Maxey. Maybe I'll let somebody else have Halliburton. And we take Tyrese Maxey. Let's do that. Tyrese Maxey, welcome to Philadelphia. Let's see where Halliburton goes. He goes to the Warriors. You know what? The Warriors needed a guy like Tyrese Halliburton. So congratulations to them. They got him. Obi Toppin goes to the Nets. Precious goes to the Spurs. We got our guys, though. We got Anthony Edwards. We got Tyrese Maxey. We got James Wiseman. I'm fine with that draft. Rookie signing, we can sign all those guys up. Team player options, we can obviously accept the option on Luka Doncic. We're not going to decline that. Dante Green ended up declining his option. Makes it interesting for the free agency period. See where he goes. I will offer the qualifying offer to all those guys just to do that. Dante Green's got 11 offers, and the highest one is a 5-year max contract from the Charlotte Hornets. Man, the world that we live in. The world that we live in. Obviously, we actually have barely negative money. Kind of surprising, I guess, because we traded away those guys that cost a lot. We are going to not cap hold. I will renounce the rights on Greg Oden. It's not that big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. But Ben Simmons is prepared to accept an offer from the Raptors, so we will obviously match that. And then that should be him signed with us. Dante Green goes back to the Hornets on a 5-year, $178 million deal, which is crazy. Chris Paul's in Boston now. Jaylen Brown's still in Orlando. I think he re-signed with Orlando. That's where he was, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. This guy, Steven Gerbod, whatever his name is, he goes back to the Bucks. I think he was always there. Victor's in L.A. Brandon Ingram's still in Denver. Very interesting free agency so far. All we got to do now is just clean up our deals, because we've got a couple guys with restrictions, not bird rights, but we got a couple guys with restrictions. So Dorian Finney-Smith, we're going to offer a 2-year minimum contract to, just to give us some depth. And we'll probably do the same for Georges Niang, just to get those guys on the team and give us some depth. So Dorian Finney-Smith signs, and so does Georges Niang. Okay, perfect. So what's the team look like now? Is it pretty good? We got a lot of point guards. We probably should move on from Dame. We've got no shooting guard backup depth. We've got plenty of small forward depth. Our center depth is weird. Okay, so if I could trade Dame for a shooting guard / power forward, I guess I could do that. What kind of trade finder am I working with here for Dame? Jared Vanderbilt would be a power forward. The Time Lord, Robert Williams, is a center. I guess we could play him at power forward if we had to. We're actually getting first-round picks for Dame at 77 overall. Is kind of crazy. Brandon Jennings, first-round picks. I mean, I guess I could just go first-round picks. If I'm getting offered first-round picks, I'm not going to decline them. If you're willing to give me first-round picks for 77-year-old, 30-year-old Dame Lillard, I don't hate it. Top 3 from the Pistons is risky. The Raptors, they were in the lottery this year, but are they going to be in the lottery again? Risky. The Warriors were bad. The Wizards are not going to be bad, so I'm not going to take their pick. I do think the Bulls are going to be bad, though. Let's send... I can't send Dame to the Bulls, though. They've already got Rose. He's not going to play there. I could send him to the Kings. I could send him to the Lakers. I don't remember who the Laker point guard is. Let's send him to the Lakers. Although, let me check and see who the Laker point guard is. The Laker point guard is DeJounte Murray. Ugh, okay. That's not going to really work that well. I want to send him somewhere where he can possibly play. He's obviously not going to play with the Wizards. He's not going to play with the Warriors now they got Halliburton. Is he going to play in Toronto? That's the question, I guess. Yes. They got Austin Rivers. Does he play in Toronto? He probably plays in Toronto. I could take a 2021 unprotected from the Raptors. That's fine. That is fine. Okay, so since we didn't get any offers or didn't get any trades that we accepted here, let's just go and sign some random role players to fill out our roster. So we're gonna sign some cheap guys like Skal Labissiere. I'll offer him a 2-year contract. Don't hate that at all. And then we need a shooting guard, right? That's what we needed? I think it was shooting guard. Let's sign Seth Curry. He was already here, I think, a couple years ago. And then who else needs a contract? Denzel Valentine's a little bit too expensive. I would go after him, but he's a little bit too expensive for me. What about a lights out 3-point shooter? What do we got here in the shooting guard role? We got Seth Curry, who we're already offering. And then after that, it's not that crazy. KCP's a little bit too much. You know what? Denzel's not that much. We can get him on a minimum 2 years. Don't hate it. And then I could actually use another power forward just to be on the safe side. Or is it a small forward? I think it's a small forward, actually. But I don't really see anybody that I want. Although maybe I want Shabazz Muhammad. I always was a fan of Shabazz Muhammad. So Seth Curry will sign. Skal Labissiere will sign. Denzel Valentine will sign. And I will renounce the rights on the trade exception. So now the team... How's it filled out? So we got good shooting guard depth. Well, we don't have good shooting guard, but we have shooting guard depth. We have small forward depth. We have power forward depth. Okay, so we're good. We don't need anybody else. We're fine. Let's go to player progression. See where we're at. Embiid goes up 1. Luka goes up 5. Also helps with this change of his position. Ben Simmons stays at a 90. Booker stays at 85. Really? RJ goes up to a 82, which is kind of cool. We've got Claxton up to an 80. Obviously, we'll see Anthony Edwards jump up as soon as he starts playing. Getting Skal Labissiere is an interesting one. He does go up. Who knows? Maybe he can turn into something. Probably not, but maybe. You never know. At least we still got Jimmer Fredette. This man is a 4-time NBA champion. Put some respect on his name. That's all he's done. He hasn't done anything. He comes in, shoots threes, and wins championships. He's a 4-time champion. Put some respect on the Jimmer name. This team's probably going to win another championship, I would assume. But we are a little bit weaker. We don't have Giannis. We don't have D'Angelo Russell anymore. D'Angelo Russell was the defending Finals MVP. We don't have him anymore. So we'll see where we go from here. But that is going to do it for the offseason. And we'll jump into... That'll also do it for the episode as well. We'll jump into the 2020-2021 NFL NBA season in the next episode. We'll also load in the 2021 draft class, which the 2021 draft... Is that Cade? I think Cade's the number 1 pick in that draft class, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, we have too many players. We have to cut one guy from the roster. Who's that going to be? Probably Denzel Valentine? It's not going to be Jimmer. Probably Denzel Valentine. Yeah... Actually, maybe it's Georges Niang, actually. Because we have Scal, we have Claxton, Wiseman. We have a lot of big man depth. Although maybe it's Dorian Finney-Smith, actually. Because we have Evan Turner. We're fine with that. You know what, Dorian, you're going to get cut, unfortunately. Sorry to cut you. I didn't want to cut you, but it just made the most sense. So I'll use the 2021 draft class for now, but we'll obviously look for another one. Dwight Howard plans to retire and is eligible for a farewell tour. You know what? Sure, Dwight, you can retire. You were a menace at the beginning of this series, but you can retire. So as of right now, the draft class is the Cade draft. I thought that's what it was. So it's Cade, it's Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, Jalen Green. Where is Cade even at? Cade's down here at number 9, which is kind of insane. So if I go in here to load in a new draft class, user created draft class 2021, what are we working with? Anything accurate? Hopefully. I mean, it was pretty recent. Not that far away. There's got to be a good one. Here's a good one from Breezy Rep 503. What you got for me, Breezy? You got something good? Got something good for me? This one doesn't look horrible except for having Davion Mitchell this high, but I don't hate it, I guess. I can work with this. It's not a horrible draft class. Oh, Micah Potter. Buckeye legend, Micah Potter. They have him from Ohio State or did he transfer? They have him from Wisconsin. Buckeye legend. Couldn't catch a pass. He had literal bricks for his hands. I think we'll just go with this. This is a fine draft class. I don't hate it. I don't mind it either. Besides, the other one had Cade at number 9. I mean, he could change and go up with the season, but still, just number 9 out the gates is weird. So that's going to be the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more. Join the Juice Club. We have changed the team. Devin Booker is now the starting point guard. Anthony Edwards, Luka Doncic, Ben Simmons, and Joel Embiid. It's a very weird team. No Giannis, no more D'Angelo Russell. We'll see if we can still win a championship. I still think we can. I'm also very curious to see how Scal plays. I don't know. But that's going to do it for the episode. I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for stopping by. Peace.